Okay, so here we go. Second 9 weeks. Finally. It is October the 15th. Second 9 weeks. If you're staring at this lovely green writing in the video here, I did ask everybody to throw everything away if they wanted or take it home and clean out. Starting fresh. Okay, tomorrow I'll give you a math workshop. I didn't today because we kind of spent that time cleaning out. And then the other thing is I did give them a little piece of paper. It is in my scratchy handwriting, but the top would be their 9 weeks test grade, and the bottom is their report card grade. Otherwise, report cards go home Friday, from what I understand. That's what I've been told. Okay, so this 9 weeks, we are starting this 9 weeks with multiplying fractions. Not hard at all. I'd say the hardest thing is the simplifying. But we have worked on simplifying many times before, so it shouldn't be too bad. Okay. Here we go. So multiplying. The first style of multiplying is what I call when there's just boring tops and bottoms. There's no whole numbers involved. Yes?
Don't you only multiply the top number?
I haven't said anything yet. Listen, it's okay. Are we ready? We don't find common denominators. That's the good thing. Okay, no common denominators. So, I'm just looking to see who's already writing when you don't know what to do. It's interesting. Okay, so we have just numerators and denominators. No whole numbers involved. When there are no whole numbers involved, what you can do is just multiply what I call straight across, meaning from left to right, to get your answer. 8 times 1 is 8, and 9 times 3? 27. Now, before you circle that answer, circle the answer, you do want to ask yourself, can 8 27ths simplify? No. That one's just done. Like, that was easy breezy. No simplifying, multiply straight across, you're done. Okay. Is everybody good so far? Okay. Now, on the next one is where the odd stuff kicks in. Okay. When multiplying, if you're going to work with big numbers like 25s, 14s, things of that sort, you may want to simplify before you ever get to an answer. Because the answers are going to be big numbers, like 70 and 150. So what we can do is what I call cross-simplify or cross-reduce. I want you to think about this. Normally, in a fraction, and I'm going to jot it up here just because I know I'm videoing so y'all can kind of see it. If I have a fraction like 2/4, I have what I call a top and a bottom. And if I simplify the top and the bottom, I could simplify it by 2, and I would get what? 1/2. Okay. I can't simplify unless I have what's called a top and a bottom. Does everybody agree so far? Okay. So here is the weird trick. If you look down at like these problems, like this one, you can simplify any top and bottom, even if they're catty corner or crookedy. Okay? I kind of call it a bow tie. And this is weird, but here we go. So, if I can simplify this, I'm trying to think, I need my highlighter. If I can simplify the 5, I'm looking at either the 6 or the 25 simplified. If I'm going to simplify the 14, I either need to look at the 6 or the 25. So I'm going to show you my goofy bow tie thing, because a lot of kids, this visual stuff helps a lot of people. Okay, so look. I'm looking at this number, and I want to see, does it go with that one or that one? 25. It goes with 25, okay? Then I want to look at this one, this 14.
Does it go with that one or that one? The 6. You don't have to do both sides, but if they can simplify, all it is you're working with smaller numbers. Thank goodness, okay? So kind of watch. You said 5 and 25. What goes into a 5 and a 25? 5. So I'm going to divide the top and the bottom by 5. 5 and a 5. 1. 25 divided by 5. 5. Those are my new numbers I get to work with. A 1 and a 5. Which I'd much rather work with a 1 and a 5 than a 25. Okay? Now, what about 6 and 14? What simplifies them? 2. So 2 goes into 6. How many times? 3. 2 goes into 14. 7. Now I can multiply, like I've got it all cleaned up, as I call it. You can just go straight across. 1 times 7 is? And 3 times 5 is 15. Can 7/15 simplify? Nope, so I must be done. Much better than working with 70, 150s, and then dividing by 10. Okay? As long as you simplify a top and a bottom, you'll make it. It'll be good. Okay, are we good so far? Okay.
Do you have to do this way? 'Cause, like,
Nope.
when I had it in got another answer.
Did you get 70 over 150?
Yes.
And then divide by tens, and you get, 7/15. So it doesn't matter which way you do it, but in a minute, hint, hint, look down at number 5.
Oh, no.
Okay, that's why I'm teaching it. Okay, now that their eyes are really large, I feel a little better. Okay, just kidding. It's one of those things that and here's the thing. Beginning of the year, like before I met you pretty much, or the first day I met you, I kept saying multiplication tables. It's because you're seeing that they're just everywhere, guys. They're everywhere. Even though it's simplifying and it's fractions, it's still multiplication tables. I mean, honestly. Okay, so number 3. Do you see how there is a lonely whole number? One big fat whole number. No fraction with it. It's not a mixed number. It's just a whole number. Anytime it is a whole number, you get to do what I call sling it over a 1. Meaning, I want you to think about that. 11 divided by 1 is 11. 11 divided by 1, it isn't proper, but 11 divided by 1 is 11. So if you have a whole number, all you got to do is sling it over a 1 to make it a fraction, because it's got to be a fraction to multiply. Go straight across. What's 11 times 5?
55 and 8.
And 1 times 8? 8. Top number is bigger than bottom. How many 8s are in 55? 6 is 48. So there would be 7 left out of 8s. And all I'm doing is honestly right here kind of behind me, I'm doing the backwards check mark. 55 divided by 8. 6 and 7 eighths. Does that make sense? Like all I'm doing is, since my top number is bigger, this is kind of like where the alarm needs to go off or whatever. I take 55, divide by 8. 6 times 8 is 48. And there's 7 left over. So 6 and 7 eighths. Okay. So look at the next one. 16. 16 is 16 over 1. Easy breezy. Now multiply. 16 times 1 is 16 times 1 is 16, and it is a 1 whole. Just be careful. Like a lot of y'all put 1 whole and maybe it's supposed to be 2, 3, or 4 or something. Just slow down. Don't go too fast. Okay, so here is my large example on why the cross simplifying will help you. I have no clue what 49 times 36 is, okay? But I'm going to look for or investigate and find tops and bottoms that simplify. Top and a bottom. Top and a bottom. Whatever it takes. Okay, give me two numbers, top and bottom, that simplify. King.
I need to see number, 54 and 36.
By what?
Huh? By 2.
Okay, I'm going to challenge you. Higher.
4.
Higher.
6. 8.
Higher.
9.
10.
9.
Slow down, slow down. 10 would be ending in zeros.
Oh, it is 9.
12. 8.
12.
9.
9.
9 times 4 would be 32. Okay, here's why. If you do it, let's say you divide by 2, then you can divide again and again. Okay? If you can do the GCF, the largest one, you're just kind of getting there a little faster. Okay? So think about this. 9 into 36, how many times?
4.
4. 9 into 54? 6. Okay. Is anything else simplified? What? Yes.
49 and 77.
By
7.
7. How many 7s are in 49?
7.
And how many are in 77?
11.
Okay. Now, question. Does anything else simplify?
No.
I'm going to give you a challenge. What else?
6 and 4.
6 and 4 by what?
2.
2. Does that make sense? Stop. So, 2 goes into 4. 2. 2 goes into 6. 3. Ah, so 7 times 2? 14. 3 times 11? 33. Listen, even if way back here you had gotten the gigantic numbers of whatever 49 times 36 is, you would have had to simplify it all the way down to 14 33rds. That's why I'm really, really, really trying to show you this simplifying thing in here. Does that help a little bit? Okay, let me ask you this. I want to show you something else. Like, I want to show you the same problem, but another way. I'm going to say this. I'm going to go back to a lot of this is multiplication tables. So I want to ask you something. Did you see the 7s? Like that this is 7 and that's 7? Like 49 and 77 are divisible by 7s?
I didn't see that.
Okay. Now, here's the one that most of you are still, like, it's the 2, like, what if you put 2 into this? If you put 2 into this, you'd have 18. And if you put 2 into this, 27. I need the weird comments to stop. I don't need y'all's help right now. You know what I mean by that. Math help, yes. Nothing else. Okay. Does anything else simplify? Look at what I got sitting here. Does anything else simplify?
27.
27.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Wait a minute. Give me a second. Where am I at? Right there? Y'all should have said something. Okay. So,
9 and 3.
what else simplifies?
18.
18 is divisible by what?
9.
9. Okay, so 9 goes into 18. How many times?
2.
2. 9 into 27. 3. It doesn't matter the method you go about as long as in the end we all end up with 14 33rds. Someone might do it by 2, do 2 again, do 2 again. Like, as long as it's you're simplifying correctly. Okay. So, let's look at number 6. 7 eighths times 4. The 4 needs to be put over a 1. Even though it's on that right hand, it doesn't matter. Even though it's on the right, you still sling it over a 1. Does anything simplify?
4 and an 8.
4 and an 8. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 4 into 8 is 2. 7 over 2.
3. Yeah. Wait, 3.
Listen, 28 over 8.
It was only 3 times.
3 times. Still.
Yeah.
It would be 4 eighths.
But it didn't. You simplify, wouldn't it be 1 4?
No, listen. It'd be 28 over 8. 8 into 28 would be 3 times, which is 24.
I got that part.
And there'd be 4 left over out of 8s.
Nothing if you simplify, wouldn't it?
1 half. 4 into 4, 1. 4 into 8, 2. If you do by 2, you get 2 fourths. And then do it again and get the 1 half.
Okay.
Now, the last thing is this. When you are doing word problems, we usually ask you to look for keywords. And you know a lot of the keywords, like if you see the word like total, what kind of math is that?
Addition.
Adding. If you see product,
Multiplication.
difference, quotient,
Division.
okay? And then there's the words like groups and all that we talk about.
How many? Would that be a word?
Well, how many meaning a number, yes. Now, here's the deal. When doing these problems, the way my brain has started doing it is, I read the word problem, especially if it's something like the ACAP, like one of the standardized tests, and I look at it and I say, do I see any of those keywords that I know? Like total, like difference. If I can't find anything else, then what I do is I go back to the word of. And anytime I see the word of, it means multiply. Now, not in a normal library book, okay, but in a math problem. So I want you to see something.
How much?
Just watch. Okay. If I have, y'all see that? Okay. If I have a pizza and it's cut like that, and I tell you that I've eaten half of it, how many slices did I eat?
4.
4. 4 out of 8, right? Okay, so I want you to think about this. You knew what half was, because half is easy. Honestly, draw a line down the middle and separate them, right? Okay, well what it is, that means half of the pizza. I want you to think about my words here. Half of the pizza. I could word it as half of 8 slices. Right? Because there's 8 slices. So 1 second. Half of, I told you it was multiply, right? 8 over 1, because we've already done this, the whole number deal. What's 8 times 1? 2 times 1.
2. You can simplify by 4 whole.
How many slices did I eat?
4.
4. You told me earlier I ate 4 slices, but what you didn't know was you were multiplying fractions.
Yeah.
What it is anytime you can't find anything else to do, you're doing of means multiply if you can find it. And it is always, hint, hint, a fraction of a number or a fraction of something. The reason these are harder, the one that I'm getting ready to show you, is because it's not half. If it was half, we could draw it down the middle or divide by 2. Okay? So look at this one. There are 456 students in 6th grade. If 2/3 of the 6th grade have above a C in math, how many students is that? They want to know bodies. Like, how many kids is it? Not about. They want to know what is what is 2/3 of the 6th grade? Think about it. What is 2/3 of, how many kids are in 6th grade? 456. That's what they're wanting to know. A fraction of an amount. Fraction of an amount. So, we know of means multiply. We know that if it's a whole number, we're going to sling it over a
And if the
1. Think about it. You've been taught all this. Of means multiply. Okay? You could either cross simplify or just go straight across. Some of you aren't even writing this down. I don't know what you're doing. In a minute, you're going to have some of these. You need to write all of this down. Fraction of an amount. You need to write of means multiply. Because you want to be able to look back at this when you do the 3 on your homework. Of this style. Now, 912 divided by 3. If I take 912 divided by 3, so, how many kids made above a C?
34.
304. 304 made students made above a C. It is an exact number. Like, you don't think of it being something like that, but we can't just guess. Like, it is an exact number. 304 students made above a C. A fraction of an amount. Fraction of an amount. Fraction's always first. Of means multiply. What are you finding a fraction of? Well, students, and they said 456 students. Okay. You kind of have to take this example, and when you do homework, go back and look at it. How did I set it up? Because the fraction needs to be first. First. Okay. Now, the homework, if you want to put that behind notes, you can. If you want to keep it out for a few minutes, that's fine. What I'm going to do is give you this. I'm going to do a few with you. And hopes homework should definitely be done today because it's short and sweet. Yes. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I wish I had like a paper shooter out there. Just like chocolate.
it's like a tennis ball shooter with a paper.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Okay. And listen, it's like I said, honestly, there's 13 questions. Tomorrow, bring all 13, you start out with 100 out of 100. A lot of homework.
What do you both say?
You can. And it'd be faster. Yes.
But I got 2 of 4.
Oh, no, wait a minute. It's got to be multiplied by 2. Did you simplify that by 3 and that by 3?
No. I simplified the 3 by 3 and 4 by 6.
By 3. Yes, so it'd be 1, 5, 2. So 152 times 2 is 304. 152 times 2.
This is a new report card. Yeah. So today is a new report card grade. Like today, it all starts fresh. Doesn't matter what you had last week, really. Like we're starting new fresh today.
What's going to go there?
What you just got. That bottom number is your report card grade. Yes.
Oh, number 2 on the homework.
One second. I'm getting it. Listen, so what I'm saying is tomorrow, I'm taking a homework grade. This is your first homework grade tomorrow, like for the new 9 weeks. Okay? It's hard to believe we're already on a new 9 weeks. I mean, I know that. But this will be, and it'll probably be what I'm going to call a 13-point assignment, which I know is weird, but that's just the way it is in 6th grade. We will have done, most of my kids have been able to do it in class. So, yes. That's because they're in the chair in front of y'all for some reason. Okay. Here we go. So, starting out, nothing's different than the notes. Here we go. So, like number 1, 5 is, if it's a big fat whole number, we're going to sling it over a 1. Okay, 5 times 1 is 5. 1 times 5 is 5. It is 1. And the final full credit answer is 1. Because 5 divided by 5 is 1. Okay. Number 2. 15. 15's a big fat whole number, so we're going to sling it over a 1.
You can simplify it.
Okay. You can. You can either simplify it in here or your answer. Doesn't matter. 15 times 1 is 15. 1 times 3 is 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5.
Finish done?
So it doesn't matter which way you simplify as long as we all get to 5. Okay, number 3. 36 times 1/9. 36 over 1 times 1/9. Okay, if you want to cross simplify on this one, 9 goes into 9 1. 9 goes into 36 4. 9 times 4 is 36. 4 times 1 is 4 over 1. And it's a total of just 4. Guys, it's fine. If you're multiplying straight across and you get 36 over 9, that is not wrong. That is right. And then just divide it. You get 4.
So we can do it either way?
Either way.
I did 36 over
So do you have to simplify?
Well, the top number is bigger than the bottom, so yes.
Okay.
Okay. Looking at number 4. What 2 numbers simplify? The 8 and the 2. So, 2 goes into 2 once. 2 into 8.
4.
4. It's okay. Go straight across. 7 times 1. 7. 4 times 3. 12. Always ask myself, does that simplify anymore? No. Okay. Now, I'm going to go down and do another example of one of these word problems. Will you go down to a number 11 with me? I'm trying to give you a hint here. Here we go. Whoops, one second. Went the wrong way. Okay, so on number 11, it says, at a charity bike rally, 2/3 of the student population of Hartsworth Middle School participated. If there are 1,200 students at Hartsworth, how many participated? So they're asking me, what is 2/3 of the population? 2/3 of how many? 1,200. So I write that, like I write out, what is 2/3 of 1,200? That's what they're asking me. So then I kind of change it to a math problem that looks normal, like 2/3 times
1200 over 1. Okay. Can anything simplify?
Yes.
What simplifies? 3 and the 12, right? 3 and the 1200? Which, yeah, 3 into 12 would be a 4, so it would be 400. 3 into 3 once. $400 times 2. So 800 students participated in the bike rally. Can't fit it. This is why I need you to show work tomorrow. So if you're over here and you got 400, I can say, oh, you forgot to multiply by 2. Okay? Please show me all steps and all work. Okay? You have plenty of time to finish this. You now have 5 through 10, which I'm just going to show for any friends that are at home. There we go. 5 through 10. And 12 and 13. Most everybody's finished it if they've worked hard in class.